Hello, everyone. Well, hello. You're first here. Okay. I think we'll start in a few minutes. What do I have here? And share the whole screen. Do it like this. Presenting, show my screen anyway. Okay. Something wrong. Oh, hello. Okay. AxWise. How are you guys? Am I audible? Do you hear me?
Hello, yes, you are.
Lovely.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Nazir?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Excited for this.
Me as well, because it will be like I said, we will wait another 5 minutes. It was 2 minutes ago, so another 3 minutes, and then we will start. But anyway, it will be recorded, so don't worry. Didn't sleep well because wait, what is it? Okay, what do we have? ID. It's okay. Front end. No, it's not running. Then we'll do the following. So what I'm doing, basically, the open source version is available. Yeah, just a long story short, AxWise is a tool which is also hosted on a website of AxWise, but it's a little bit dated because I was mostly focusing on the open source version. The tool helps you to create some kind of scoping document to identify your question stakeholders. Then it helps you to run the simulation in order to answer these interviews and then analyze these interviews. Yeah, and now I'm trying to set up my local kind of environment to make sure that it works. Actually, it was working yesterday evening, but I guess the issue is that the environment variables are different and it needs to be activated, and I hate it, to be honest, because it always requires some version correct. Okay. So yeah, when it will run, it should be fine, and we will proceed here. Artifice. No, it's not about this one. Okay, I don't know. Because I had scripts that were, well, the thing is, when you have like open source version, you want to make sure that it's can be installed easily. And I was preparing this kind of repository to ensure that none of the commits containing some privacy data, some keys, and so on. And yeah, so meanwhile, you can actually add some stars. Okay, interesting. Add some stars to the repository itself. Okay, it's asking me the password 10 times. That's funny. Maybe just always allow. Okay, and yeah, pretty much it. Let me just see how the launch looks on the product fund. AxWise. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So you can upvote it already here if you want to, and add star here will be really appreciated. Already like 6 stars. If there will be like a bit more. Hello. Wie geht's Ihnen? Oh, Andrew. Okay. Hello. We just getting started. I have a little issue with running the local version, but I think it will be fine. Andrew, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you. I have like half an hour, I think.
Yeah, I will try to make it fast.
Okay, so you're gonna do the demo today, right?
Exactly, already doing.
Cool.
So, yeah, thank you for coming. I'm now launching the local version to ensure and show you guys that it's working and there is nothing scary to run the code. And we will go through it, and then there will be a record, so you will be able to return to it. So, as I said before to guys, I think it will be incorrect one. Let me just see. Yeah, okay. Back, back, oh, it's running. Lovely. It's really working. So, long story short, I was developing the app for a while, but because the nature of user processing data is kind of it's very unique. You cannot really distribute the things that are like in the cloud very easily for the enterprises. The app itself a little bit differs here from open source version. Open source version is more up to date, and but yeah, you can like easily install it. For this one, just go to this website, as I said, yeah, and yeah, I will copy it once again. You can just start it, yeah, if you didn't start it yet, and yeah, you can just copy, clone it to your environment. To copy or clone it to your environment, I will actually recommend the augment code. It's now, I think, has okay, now it doesn't have the free version. Okay, you can use cursor or anything else and just write in your command line, not in command line, in your agent chat, like, okay, like install this one, and then it will follow all the things in the repository, because the repository has a quick start kind of guidance that will guide your LLM to create a database, to get a Gemini API key, and so on and so on. And it will just tell you if something is wrong. Yeah, it will go to this file and yeah, ensure that everything is fine. Any questions on this far? 3, 2, 1. No. Perfect. Then another ask that I want to make is like, if you guys can, hello, Taras. If you guys, yes, it's already open sourced. If you guys can also upload it at a product fund. So there is like this link to the repository, and there is a link to product fund. Just click, go to the page, click upload. Yeah, will be really appreciated, because it's like putting the app upper. And yeah, so we launched the app, and let me show you. I stripped down all the unnecessary things, and I stripped down all unnecessary things. There is all the description you have. It's all already publicly available. And let's test it out. So we have a research chat. At the first step, it asks you to provide some kind of a context. And that's where, and it provides you some of a context. So it provides some quite quick replies to understand, okay, what do you want to research? Yeah, what do you want to build the context for? let's say it's venture studios in the UK using AI to speed up discovery for partners burdened by weeks of manual research. Is this correct? Yes, kind of. There is executive summary, research progress, but I want to, it is for venture studios that are targeting automotive. Yeah. What is brilliant here is that it builds your context. So all new LLMs or new AI models that you see, how people are calling them, are relying on a lot of different context to prepare you for better answers. Yeah, but they are not guiding you. This kind of part here, customer research assistant, is guiding you. Yeah? So automotive innovation discovery, let's say this is a thing we want to do, and it automatically redefines the business idea. Yeah? We are looking to create a solution for venture studios in UK that are targeting automotive. So it's like creating you a summary, what you want to research, and it will identify the stakeholders, create a questionnaire for it, and then we'll be later able to, I don't know, go with this questionnaire to our people around and with the stakeholders and ask them, or you will be able to simulate this. Questionnaire generation now takes about 50-90 seconds, depends on the complexity, but it's worth it because usually if you will create it by yourself, it can take a day at least. If we are thinking about back and forth with your subordinates, usually it takes more. Yeah, you may ask, oh, I have a ChatGPT for this. Yes and no. ChatGPT can do the task, but first of all, the environment is not so cool. You have like number of chats. And another thing is that so you can return to the history, but it's like not suitable for this. And another thing, you need to instruct it in a correct way, and it's already like instructed in correct way, so you have a consistent results. So yeah, identified automotive investment partners, venture studio managing partners. So it's like a different stakeholders from different kind of areas, but still validating your issue. Yeah, and it has, let's look on one. Yeah, problem discovery questions and validation questions. What does it mean? It means like it has open-ended questions that people are not asking yes and no. They need to express themselves. So we can start the AI simulation here. We can download those results, or we can go to the research history, see other generated questions, or yeah, see it in a different format. Let's say. So let's start the simulation itself. So it will create 20 kind of interviews within like 4 clusters, I would say, because usually it's like people per stakeholder, it's like 5. And yeah, it's running on like my machine. You can do it by yourself. What does it mean for you? You're just going to the GitHub, as I said, pressing star. Don't forget about it. It's a patch 2 license, so you can modify as you want. You can like literally install it in your company and use it as a web version, like in your intranet. And yeah, just copy it and modify it as you wish. Yeah, don't forget to fork it. So you will have some kind of your copies that you can update and just follow the guidance with your cursor or something. Okay, let's go here. Look what is happening. Okay, it's still 10%. I hope it won't hang. The version on the website I will update later on. The link is like correct to the repository. It follows you to open source version if you don't want to remember every time the GitHub. But it's a little bit outdated. I will update it during the day because I had to kind of match open source version and this one. Okay, mistakes. Meanwhile, do you have any questions, guys?
Yeah, can you tell us, please, most typical usage scenarios of this tool and personas you're targeting?
Well, myself, I used it in a different ways. So even like the tool I was developing first thing I did, I created the interviews by myself, like scheduled them, ask the product managers what are they missing, and then fit the tool with analysis. This part we didn't observe yet. And then, yeah, we developed the tool itself. So it like, I was fitting its own data. However, I noticed that there are different usage patterns. I think Taras, remember when we had interviews, we were working with him, and we had a bunch of them laying, and nobody could have like analyzed them. And we didn't have a product designer, we didn't have anyone. So the analysis part is definitely important one. But what was more interesting for me when I was talking with some people with new companies, I have no idea what the cost price quote optimization means. I have no idea how the governance system integrators are working, what are their problems. So in long story short, it allows you quickly to understand what the company is about and what you are working on. For example, I don't know, you need to understand what the grannies in Bremen missing in terms of doing laundry, yeah? And do you have any idea, or you will talk with the grannies? No, obviously not, yeah? And then it helps you to identify and automate this discovery process like on scale, because it takes so less time. Does it answer your question, or we need to talk more on this?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and other things are literally related to things that you can automate. Yeah, now it runs a little bit longer than it should. It can be faster. Imagine like if you can create a persona for any subject on premise, yeah, and literally it can be helpful on some grammatical things like advertisement or something like that. So yeah, many use cases. So as I said, just go to GitHub, try it out, and modify as you wish. Okay, so we generated the interviews. It identified a few clusters. So automotive investment partner, venture studio managing partner, venture studio analyst associate, and venture studio operations lead. So it has a different portfolio. It has a different backgrounds. What does it mean? It means that literally this information, it will feed and answering these questions that we generated before, it will have some kind of a background, you know. So because like women from Bristol, UK, and men from Edinburgh, and other women from Birmingham, they have different kind of incomes. Yeah, high, very high, upper middle, and so on. They have different answers and have a different background. So it gives you some kind of variety on how would they answer within their cluster, because you know you want to kind of have diversity in this. But that's not it. Yeah, it has a different clusters, as we said before, and because of that, it has not only different set of answers, but from different perspective. Yeah, because I'm a operations lead, I care about I don't know, resource allocation. Yeah, but as an analyst, I care about sheer volume and information. Yeah, and the questions are narrowed to this one. Yeah, so it gives you like more complete picture. So now we will download it and put it into analysis while it will analyze the thing. Where it is? Where it is? Okay. While it will run the analysis. Analysis actually takes a little bit longer. First version was like 2-3 minutes, but it was much more easier. And another thing I wanted to mention here is not everyone has Google Meet with the recording capabilities. Yeah, you can use also Vexa. It's also open source, so you literally can kind of real-time meeting transcription for Microsoft Teams and Google Meet. So you can take AxWise, you can take Vexa, you can take, I don't know, some automation and really run both, who will ask these questions. And then, yeah, people might even answer them. So you can build end-to-end systems that will automate the process with the real people, yeah, with Vex and AxWise. Yeah, there's AxWise, some similarity. And it's also open source, has 1.5 stars. Yeah, Nazir, please.
Yeah, I just want to confirm this personas, they are auto-generated personas based on the context that you're given, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or can I define a persona, something out of what you have auto-generated? So can I define, like, from my understanding of my clients, I'd probably want to like say that, this is this age, they do this, this income, and this is their background. So something like that. Can I do some inputting at that point?
That's a really great question. So I will just move here, not to interrupt this part. So you can upload the file and you can like run your own simulation with your own data, obviously, yeah. The thing is that the file itself, let me just show you. The file itself, where it is, it looks like this, yeah. So that's a file. It's a simulation. Wait a minute. It's a simulation, and we need a resource history. Yeah? So we need some kind of a questionnaire here. So this, you can modify any part of it, yeah, and and then you can upload this data, for example, for simulation, and then run simulation on your own data. So every part is kind of isolated, so you can inject the data even via API. I can show it later, and and that's the point of all of this. So every part, chat, simulation, and analysis is kind of, you can inject the data, you can add the RAG or embeddings or something like local database, yeah, and instruct, let's say, your LLM to have more related answers. Yeah, why is this? Because it's all prompts, some multi-turn analysis, and so on. Does it answer your question?
So based on my custom persona, the answers that the of the interviews will also change accordingly, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's all dynamic. It's like you're having it mainly. Just let me quickly check. Box and API. So I will just show you. By the way, that's literally how I'm mainly developing it. Yeah. Sometimes I have like errors or something. Yeah. And I'm just going through the items, yeah, and editing them. But let's see how it goes. Should give me the, okay, so we have a Swagger. So I don't know if you know Swagger or not. You need to authorize, and then you can see the schema, what it expects, what it kind of returns, yeah. And on all the things we have in analysis, conversational routines and the chat and so on, you can kind of embed it via API, yeah. So you will have some kind of idea what it will take and what it will return, yeah. So there is a response, there is a request, yeah. So business idea, target customer problem, and session ID, yeah. If you have this, yeah, you're right. For the simulation, the same, yeah, but it has a little bit more properties. But yeah, so you can like make it even structured in terms of inputs and outputs. Is that what you were asking?
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's still processing. Yeah, it's like 250 kilobytes of text spreading next to the different things. It's the longest one. Not really proud of it, but yeah, it is as it is. Still, it's faster because usually analysis takes like a few weeks, I would say. Here it's like, yeah, 10 minutes. Not cool, but yeah. And yeah, guys, please go to the product hunt and the GitHub if you didn't yet. And yeah, upvote. And yeah, if you need a link, just take it in the chat. Okay, where we are. We are on the last step. Any other questions meanwhile? No questions. Perfect. So OpenAI spec, redoc, maybe it's a redoc. Here, yeah, not completed. Okay. Here is more, let's say, cool looking API docs. Yeah, you can see how it's generating, I don't know, product requirement documentation, what it has, what is in a response, what is a debug, yeah, and actually what is the content type. So there are plenty of the things for the export as well that you can automate it and embed in your flow. For example, you need to identify for every, I don't know, ticket in Jira, what will be the persona. How would you do this? Like, do you have an idea? Maybe some of you? Or I can give an answer. So you can take, let's say that, okay, for every ticket, I need a target audience, like what's the problem, and target problem, and what was the last one? Conversational routines, research, simulation, generate, validate, research context, target, business idea, and problem. Yeah. So these three strings, if they're existing, let's say in the Jira, you can easily have like small wrapper. Let's say you're writing what, why, how ticket. Yeah. It will generate or translate, map it, yeah, to this one and run the analysis itself. Why not? Yeah. You will just have a confirmation by default, and then it will simulate everything and will give you some kind of let's wait for the result. Will give you some kind of idea what's the, is it a good feature, or what will people might answer to this, and what the pain is behind it, and so on. And you will have some kind of more context on the parts you have there. Okay. I hope we didn't stop. No, we are fine. We are fine. Just takes a while. So yeah, same for every part. So if you have an input and the input is good, you can just map it to your any of your workflow and embed it. What's more, let's say you need to understand what is the user of your app before developing it. Yeah, instead of wasting time like in I don't know, Perplexity, which is great. Yeah, but it will be web research. You can understand, okay, what's the pains and other things or challenges they might have before you even started to think about this idea. Okay, the analysis is completed. We have the few things here. And let me also start generating PRD right away, so we won't wait later on. So first of all, it's identified theme. So it's from the interviews, we extracted all the juice, and it has some definition, yeah? So what is the problem? What is need for actionable comprehensive AI insights, manual research burden and time consumption, concerns about AI accuracy, resistance, and so on. So it's like positive and negative themes. Yeah, it's kind of important. Keywords give you some kind of clustered approach, what the theme is about. On the patterns, what is happening? It's interesting. Okay, it was generating the. Let me just see. For some reason, it's stuck. Okay, for the patterns, personas, insights, priority, maybe it's, okay, it's on here. It's like ways users are approaching this, yeah? So there's a coping strategies, there is a decision process, there is a workarounds, workflows. So it's like our general ways of working, yeah? How would you extract, or how would you like think about this, yeah? You have like here as a framework, yeah? And okay, that's the main problem. Did we think about it, that there are high volume fragmented? I honestly know. I don't know what the venture studios in UK or automotive market are struggling with. Yeah, and here it's like, oh, they have fragmented information. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, what are the supporting statements? Here they are. Yeah, decision process same. Users go beyond mere innovation and so on. Then workarounds. How do they deal with that? Yeah, so there's keyword searches in database that don't fit existing categories and so on and so on. But it's all like, let's say, raw data, yeah? But more about like personal data. Okay, now I understand how the bug works. About the personal data, personas data, it's more about their, let's say, portrait of their personal challenges and needs. Let me just switch to it. I don't know why it's talking. Actually, shouldn't. Response successful. Let me see. Any questions so far on the analysis itself? So here are few personas it identified: investment partner with a venture studio managing partner, analyst, and operations. Yeah, as it was clustered before. But what's was more interesting, it's like demographics, context they're operating, supporting evidences, and here it's starting to become more kind of your like understanding your users more, to move beyond manual data gathering, challenges and frustrations, and so on. And then it gives you kind of, yeah, it's not clear what to do with these insights, yeah. Sorry, with this information. So you have some kind of insights just to recommend this, to process the information better, and then prioritize insights. So what's the first thing you're actually interested in? And it's a little bit different from the themes, for example. So trust building through explainability and data provenance verification is like most important, yeah. So when they're evaluating, they're like assessed for high accuracy. So they don't want to like, they want to have a precision, yeah, and don't have like a false positives. So they want to understand that, okay, there are real-time updates, and one was data was refreshed, so there is no black box, so it's negative, yeah. Missed opportunities, slow deal flow. On the other hand, they have these issues, yeah. Let's go to the PRD. It's already like actionable items, yeah. So from all of that, all of the chat, just starting few phrases, we came to this one, yeah. So that's their objectives, like reduce manual research time, increase discovery, build trust, accelerate deal flow, and then what will be in scope of your development and what won't be in your scope, yeah. Even some user stories with what, why, how, with acceptance criteria, with linked to them. For sure, they are like very high level. It's like epics or yeah, some kind of yeah, higher tiers. But you will have some kind of idea by the end how hard it will be to implement something. Yeah, there will be like AI model accuracy for the technical PRD, high data ingestion, scalable API access. So if you're not even technical person, you will be, oh, so there's a lot of things to help these guys. Yeah, will we do this or not? Yeah, and we just did it like in a, well, about 20 minutes altogether. Yeah, any questions here? Maybe on deployment part or the app itself, or yeah, anything, guys?
Thanks for this, very interesting. I'm just wondering, the entire result and output is sort of dependent on how good the simulated personas by AI are, right?
Yeah, every step gives you some kind of ambiguity.
Right. So how do you like, how are you making sure that those AI persona, AI simulated or AI generated personas are, representative of that segment, that domain, that particular use cases and the problems that the particular PMs and the team is trying to solve?
That's a very good question. So first of all, I won't lie. Yeah, so it's like a AI. I'm using, it's Gemini 2.5 Flash. It's very generalistic. Yeah, it's like, yes, it has all the information Google has, and I rely on Google really much. And I think they have one of the best models. I mean, more consistent. So if you'll generate it like 10 times, it will be 10 times, almost like 95% confidence, the same information. Yeah, I mean, from the same scope. But I would say if you want to have it, for example, for medical or something, yeah, I would prefer to have a garbage in, garbage out type of thinking. So if you have ability to embed more accurate information, and you can measure it with the human, with not even with the system, automated system, but with the human, it will be much better for sure. For example, for banking, for the medical, and so on. That's why also it's open source. You can connect any LLM. Yeah, now it's connected just with the Gemini key and some kind of open AI schema. But if you will connect it with more accurate information, it will be just more accurate. Yeah. On myself, I checked it on about 4,000, I think, analysis already. So it was like, yeah, about 3 in July. Now it's 4 in 3 months. And I checked it for my particular use cases where I worked. So like literally my working kind of challenges I had. Yeah. And to be honest, 95% of time it was correct. The only things I didn't like, it was sometimes it's a confirmation bias. Yeah, that was like this. But a lot of times there was some findings that I didn't think about for very particular account manager challenges I had before, like let's say in automotive or car sharing marketplace and so on. So I would say it will be faster and better in 99% of time when you're starting any type of a research or ticket, just because it's like will be available before the launch for you. Does it answer your question?
Yes, yes, it does. I mean, the example that you have here from the automotive is not really, I mean, relatable, or I mean, I don't understand the sector, so I can't like visually verify like
Yeah.
what it's saying, and is it in line with a particular issue and all of that. Yeah, I was just wondering, while you're speaking, it'd be also nice to like provide more context on the market, that specific market that me as a PM is operating on, and the specific problems around which me as a PM are working on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe through some rag or some set of documents, or even like even questioning, double clicking few questions to collect some context, so that I mean the quality of the persona and the simulation can only go up in that case. Just a thought while you were like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you mean like to provide some kind of how can we enhance this data?
Yeah. So, if I've been working on a problem for a while, I would have a lot of documentation around the problems that I'm trying to solve, the market, my market understanding, who the competitors are, what they are doing, their features, all of those information, right? So, whatever those information is, sort of builds sort of a context for the AI to build better personas.
Okay, I got it. So because here it starts with the research chat, yeah, and builds you up through the simulation, all the things related to the let's say questions, yeah. Questions literally dictate you the way your information kind of will be built, and these questions appears from the chat, literally, yeah. That's why it's like it depends where you inject this data. If you will inject it on this just analyze interviews, it will be highly accurate because it will be your real interviews. But if you are not able to kind of to do the interviews yourself, you can always simulate them. And as I said, for me, for my use cases, and it was like not a use cases that are available in internet, yeah, it was quietly reliable, especially because the problems usually are simple, yeah, but they are kind of not general. They are kind of steering you in the right direction, yeah, and that's I think the main purpose of it. So on one side you have idea who is your stakeholder, yeah, with whom you need to talk, and on another hand it gives you what it might answer to your question. So that's the thing. And if you already have like raw interviews, you can just analyzer, like free
Right.
text, CSV, Excel, and then it will create the personas out of it. Yeah. The issue is that you will need to make like 20, 30 interviews in a row, which is time consuming and yeah, hard. For accuracy, I would say take it as a baseline and then say, okay, I'm taking it as a baseline. Let's say tomorrow you will go and say, I will use AxWise for consultancy for the Sparkasse here in Berlin. Yeah, go for it. No worries. And then we will say, I will, guys, for extra premium, implement you RAG or embeddings and so on. Absolutely, but you need to take their baseline, show them, let's say, a tool, go through the process, and then say, okay, is it like what you want? And they will say, no, this one is not accurate, another one is not accurate, and another one is accurate. But you're here on open source, and you can decide, do you want to have a vector database, yeah, for quicker search, for better matching? You want to have like graphs for better nodes analysis between each other on topics, yeah? Or maybe you also want to have RAG, yeah, to retrieval, yeah, because RAG is just a augmented retrieval, yeah, for graphs. And then you will have information for this bank, yeah, or something. It's not like out of the box, it's more like an engine that will power this kind of way of discovery, yeah, in this case. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So consider it as an engine. Maybe I need to make it AxWise flow engine. I don't know, but yeah, it has an interface that's why I didn't put it as an.
Right.
And yeah.
Just a thought. I mean, it looks very interesting that way. So if that right kind of human in loop happens, right, the kind of intervention at the right time happens from the human side, then I can see it being very powerful. So if they take it for the granted the entire process and just click one button and then kind of like try to get it out as soon as possible, the quality at that point versus they intervening properly, there'd be a huge difference, is what I can imagine to the context.
Absolutely. And I would say use that research chat here. It's like it has a lot of different stages. Yeah. Like this things, industry and location, for example, it defines a lot. Yeah. And if it won't be like one liner, it's literally a demo, but will be more thoroughly described solution. Maybe I need to make a quick prompt improvement or something button, yeah, but it will have like a more sophisticated input here. It will create a more sophisticated questionnaire, and therefore the simulation will be also more advanced. Yep. So if you start here, it will help you, but it will just give you better results on every step. That's also how I did it. Yeah, I described it and then it identified the stakeholders better. For example, it was, let me tell you this once I was talking about it. It's like it was account manager's problem within the enterprise to the subsidiaries, not having a discounts at the end of the year because of different reasons, and then applying these discounts to the headquarters of another company, and then they are not fulfilling the orders. It was so specific, yeah. And then because I was like missing some details, and it didn't know, it identified it wrongly. And whenever I added these details, it identified it like 100%. The correct stakeholders, and it wasn't only like operational ones, it was technical, for example, and legal, because for that particular use case, it was exactly like that. It was finance guys, yeah, to understand how their cash flows are working. So yeah, different types of people. And it was on spot. It was on spot. So I would say consider this more as a baseline, but do not hesitate just to fork it and then create your own if you want to. It will be just a tool for this context engineering you can play with and have an experience. Okay.
For sure. It sounds very interesting.
Um,
Just curious, how are you thinking of the taking it from here? Like from the open source route, or like how you sort of, are you going to work full time on this, or like
Okay. Well, today I want to have a little bit more uploads. What is happening? It's not. It's launching. But interesting. It's launched or not? Yeah, I don't know why it's okay. So, long story short, I want to literally get as much abstraction as possible just on GitHub and so on. So that's why I'm asking for stars and the product hunt upvotes. But to be honest, oh, it's too much of me. To be honest, I want to have this version as a basis, maybe like fix few bugs here and there, but that's it. Update the version on the website and develop more the open source version. To be honest, that's the thing. On base of this, I think I will have some spin-off on a persona part. I want to have like programmatical personas on the spot for any use case. So literally, it will take only this. Let me show you. It will take only this part, yeah, and have it for any use case, yeah, but in this sophisticated manner. But for the goals and motivations and challenges, frustrations, and demographics will be crafted based on, let's say, not a user prompt, but a user use case. For example, it might be some advertisement campaign. It might be some kind of a simulation for voting and so on. Yeah, just take this particular part and go for it. So no PRD, no priorities, no insights, nothing. Yeah, just user personas, like on some map or something, yeah, programmatical way. But the fundamental will will stay the same. I mean the library itself, the repository. Sorry. Yes. Any other questions?
no, it looks very interesting.
Okay, it was really nice to see you guys. Alexander, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, Vitaly. Sorry, I was not able to address a lot of questions, so I believe I need to revisit the demo you showed to us today. So to try the product, and probably later on, maybe I can have any questions.
Yeah, sure. Do you, by the way, what you are interested in, guys? Because for Andrew and Taras, I probably know, but what's your particular use case might be?
So I would say that I'm how to put it. I'm not a tech savvy, but I'm interested in discovery phases. So at the moment, I'm a professional business analyst. So I'm looking in this area to get acquainted with the product management, discovery, etc. So potentially this tool might be very useful to such guys as me.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you'll connect it with some UX guys for a better interface.
Yeah, correct.
But yeah, happy to hear this. And for you, Nazir, is it like more like to elevate your AI knowledge, or what's your idea on this?
As a PM too, so I mean, first thing that comes to my mind is I'm also working on a side thing. It's called move90.com. So it's essentially like we're building like an intelligence layer on human body, trying to combine different exercise modalities together. Like there's a lot of good stuff in Pilates. There's a lot of good stuff in physiotherapy. So sort of combining it as a single discipline and making an exercise plan creation engine is something that I've been working on. So I'm in a new market now. I've done quite some research on some other markets like India, like US, all of that, but not in Germany. So maybe I'm just curious to like put it in the thing and create some personas within the health and insurance sector in Germany and see how what kind of the outputs come, because I don't have any idea. So it'd be a good start to sort of simulate some personas and see how they behave, how they react.
Yeah, that's a really great approach and start. And yeah, do not hesitate to ask any questions if you have, just in LinkedIn or via email. Yeah, we'll be happy to answer.
For sure, for sure.
Okay, guys. So I think we can wrap up a bit earlier, but yeah, we stayed here for 50 minutes. I guess it's a success. Okay. See ya. And yeah, don't forget to upvote and put a star in GitHub. I will be really appreciated. This.
Yeah, sure. Same. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye bye.
I think,
Bye.
thank you.